What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I have a new MOC for you, but before we get started there are a few quick announcements that I need to make. First off, starting this Saturday at 8:30, I will be doing live streams on this channel from now on every Saturday night at 8:30. So, get ready for that. With all that out of the way, we're gonna get into the real reason why you guys came to watch this video, and that is to check out my new Peterbilt wrecker MOC. Right here, I have one of my minifigures right here. This is the driver of the wrecker. The thing is, I wanted to kind of show you guys the size of this thing, so I have this minifigure right here. And this thing is not totally big, but it really is quite a truck. It just barely fits into the frame of this video. I actually have to put it all the way back here, very close to the kind of like wall there, because I need to fit it into frame. But anyway, this is a Peterbilt wrecker. The cab is a 2006 Peterbilt 379. And then the wrecker body right here, this whole section right here from the cabinet right here all the way down to here, this is a Century 1060S with a 60-ton rotating boom. That is right, guys. This is a rotating wrecker. This has a boom that can extend a fair good amount, but it can also rotate 360 degrees as long as the boom is up, so it can go over the cab. But it's usually like this when it's driving around. And let me get you a closer look at that. You've got your winches back here, and then there are hooks, so there's two sets of winches on this one boom, and you've got two sets of hooks. They're separate from each other, but they do share this same thing right here, and this all moves in unison. But you know, I can extend them out to different lengths and such, which makes it good for picking up cars and flipping over tractor trailers. But that's it. But this is it in its driving state right here. I've got hydraulic rams right here. These aren't actually hydraulic, they're just, you know, actuators, just there for looks and functionality, because these add a lot of friction to this. And I'll show you what I mean by a lot of friction is, yeah, it's pretty stable, you know? I can like really push on this lightly, or like, yeah, give a lot of force, and it's not going to go down very easily. But with that up, now it can rotate 360 degrees. There's a orange light bar up there, and then these are just for the more hydraulic ram elements. These don't do anything for the actual functionality. They're just there for looks. But here, if we give these winches a little slack, we can extend this boom out even more. So it has this whole section that can come out like that, and you really get this very, very long boom right here, which is perfect for getting your semis upright and picking up cars and such. Now, this isn't the only way that you can pick up cars and tow them, because at the back here, you've got this whole setup. Here at the back, we've got, these are actually supposed to be a brake light, tail light, you know, stuff like that. But because on the actual thing, they're like embedded in there, I did it with one of these sloped grill pieces on either side, and I think that looks pretty good. Down here, these are actually supposed to be outriggers. I'll show you how those work later. But right here is your little hitch right here. Now, this hook is holding it in place, but when I take it off, yeah, you just saw that, it comes all the way down to the ground, and you can grab a truck. Let me show you how that can work. So this winch comes down here. This one's actually kind of hard because it doesn't really have a place for the hook to hook under the bumper, but from there I can just winch it on up, and that works pretty well. and you can get it, yep, right up and over the thing like that, and you can tow it off. There's some more detail in there. I added these 1x4 plates on the side just to give this some more like muscular look. There's some detail up here too. Then, of course, on the side you've got your tires. You've got a drop axle right here. These are supposed to represent handles for cabinets. It's not the normal way that I do cabinets, but because those cabinets usually have gray outlines, this whole part is gray, so I couldn't do that. I had to do it like this, and it looks pretty good. I'm satisfied with it. You got running lights, and this is another outrigger right here, and this one is actually functional. Of course, you got to grab it from the underside. I should probably put that back there, but you grab it from the underside, and it comes out to about there. If I had longer Technic pin axles, I could bring that out farther, but for terms of how it is set up, it comes out to a decent length. There are pieces inside this compartment that I can use to extend this down to the ground, and I'll show you how that works. Yep, that's how that works. You can see I just added some 1x1 cylinder pieces and that jumper plate that was already on the bottom. So that doesn't really provide a whole lot of stability for this, but the fact is it's there mainly for looks. If I really want this to pick up a large vehicle, I can just add a longer axle, like one of those pin axles, and make it go out farther, no problem. There's a identical one of these on the other side as well, so I'll just take that off and put it back. This is the next hydraulic outrigger part. See, right underneath this whole setup, right behind it, you've got these clips on bars, and on those clips are these setups right here with these black pieces. So on either side they come out like so. So they come out to around there, and then you've got these clips right here. You fold those down, and those come down to about wheel level. So that provides some more stability. I haven't talked about the cab that much, just because it's not as interesting as the rest of the vehicle, but it's still a pretty cool build that I had fun doing. It uses a lot of the design elements from my fire engines, like the rear view mirrors and the handle on the side. But I did add this door handle right here using a bracket piece. Down here, I think this is supposed to be a fuel tank. There would normally be a step here, which I could have done with a bar and some clips, but I decided not to do that. I'm not sure what these things are. Can someone down in the comments, like, please tell me what these things are, because I have no idea. You've got your wheel wells right here, of course. I use these bigger size of wheels because they're closest to the Speed Champion size of wheels, and I thought that was better for larger commercial trucks, especially when it's around the same size as the fire engine wheels. Got headlights, your grill, bumper. The side is completely identical on the cab. There's running lights up here as well. I've got air horns, some dual air horns up there, and a bunch of other details. You got your smokestacks too. But now that I've pretty much shown you all the functions and detail of this whole vehicle, I want to show you guys what this looks like in action. So right here we have a truck cab right here. This was obviously in a pretty nasty accident. We got pieces all over the ground. This thing is flipped over on its side, and it needs to get upright. So we got our wrecker here. We've got the outriggers set up. We've got our boom extended, and we need to flip this thing over. So first, I have these chains right here. These are going to be attached to the truck. So now that the chains are attached, we've attached them to the hooks, so this thing is ready to get upright. So we just start to get some tension on these things, and you can just barely see the truck is starting to move and yeah, you get the idea. So it would probably help if I drop the boom down a little bit, so that way you can get this thing put upright. There you go. See how that's working? Yeah, see, it works okay. It doesn't need to work perfectly. You can see that some pieces have fallen off the thing. That's just because of my fingers. I was getting a little bit too rough on it. Get it attached there and you tow it off. So yeah, you get the idea. This thing does work. It doesn't work as well as I hoped it would have worked, but I like it. It's okay. And I'm pretty happy with it. So I hope you enjoyed this as well. But there's just one more thing that I want to show you. Okay, so there you have it. This is the wrecker actually picking up a car. You can see that I did use a relatively small Lego City car. And that's because this thing, you know, when it's like this, it can't really pick up a big semi or anything. If I put longer outriggers on here, I could do it. And I might do a video where I actually do that. So, but this is what it is in this state. And, you know, it's you know, this thing can really lift. And this is really nice, you know? But I'll leave it at that. Live streams every Saturday night at 8:30. And you can also follow me on Instagram at JakeBrookUniverse. So check that out if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next time.